years and they're together and they need to stop pretending.
Lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Bertine. Not Bertine's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts, Bing. There are great but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see.
I baptized myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in here. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. Baby, let's talk beyond the gates. Okay, first and foremost, Vanessa down there to the police station and she coming to collect Doug's belongings, but also to talk to Jacob about what happened. And she's like, she blames herself. Maybe had she not fought with him when he was, you know, a little boozed up on the phone, then he wouldn't have gotten a car because he always had a hard run. And Jacob had to tell her, you can't blame yourself for what he did because he ultimately chose to do that. But once again, we know what we know, but we know that they don't know that we know that this was not an accident. This was on purpose, okay? So she going through the motions. She's hoping this is something like Laura Peterson, but it's not. Um, so she gets his things and she's crying, like his ring, his phone, his car keys, like she is boohoo crying. So she ends up popping up at the casino and I don't know if she heard Joey when he said, you know, Randy is back in the fold, so if he crosses me, I need you to set up another accident like you did. And then when he finishes that off, we hear Joey and it's Vanessa. So I don't know if he heard or not he heard. I don't know if she heard or not. So that's going to be an issue in itself. Speaking of Randy came back groveling. Randy gave him $20,000 and said, I need to not end up in a ditch like my friend. Okay, I tried to do X, Y, and Z, and I tried to save him. I tried to save myself. I tried to run away. I tried to do a lot. Okay, you just a trying ass, right? But if I'm already on highway to hell, I might as well hitch my wagon to the devil I do know. And Joey basically said, what's going to stop me from pressing this button and having, you know, Eddie, I forgot what he called him. No knees Eddie, long knees Eddie, long back Eddie, some Eddie, come break them kneecaps and handle up on you. And obviously Randy groveled. And Randy was like, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out on my 2 feet. But Randy is back in the fold with Joey. And Joey was like, you had a false sense of loyalty to Boozy Susie Doug, and you shouldn't have given him that. Okay, you told me a story about how he was talking trash to somebody and he was getting picked on and you hopped in and you took the beating for him. You don't need to do that for him. You need to do that for me. And you're going to work for me and you're going to be under my thumb and you're going to be around me until I feel like I don't want to press the button no more. Press the button. Yeah, press the button. I'm sorry, I had a rush hour moment. And Joey was like, I hate when we fight. I hate when we fight. So now Randy back in the fold. You talked about this child, but where the baby mama? I gotta feel like Triple H is the baby mama. I'm just gonna say that. I feel like she's the baby mama. If she's not, I don't know. If she's not, I don't know. Now back to the jail. Wig, not wig. Crazy eyes, crazy Allison. Now this is a little absurd, but Crazy Allison managed to convince a rookie cop that she need to Google the number of her law firm to talk to her lawyer, and she hopped on his Instagram to go call into the live that Chelsea Cat was doing to talk to Chelsea. And Jacob had to lay down the law with her. And she was like, she's my wife. I love her. I'm going to support her. He was like, that's not your wife. She was like, and as a God in the state of Virginia, and I had to say, baby, the state of Virginia does not recognize that marriage. First of all, I don't think you can marry someone under duress. That's one. Two, you didn't have a marriage license. And 3, there were no witnesses. And you can't marry yourself. That's not an option. That's not an option. So, as in, you cannot perform your own ceremony. So, y'all not married. And Jacob was looking at her like, I'm tired of her. She crazy. And he was talking to Kat on the phone and was telling Kat, just apologize to Chelsea for me because he did not expect this to happen. He went to go talk to his father, and then by the time we end the episode, he has this file that he's looking at crazy, and it's just like, I don't know what's going on here. Now, Chelsea Cat, the launch goes off without a hitch. They're actually selling the bags. There's some really cute bags. I don't know if I'm going to get this one or the next one they launch. I'm going to be ready for it. Whatever the spring collection is, I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So they actually had the real life designer of the bags on there. She was playing Alexandria, who is their manufacturer. Shout out to her, and shout out to being able to create bags, and just the way they were able to do it. Like, we're selling the bags on, TV, in the sense of we're selling them in the soap opera, but we're also going to sell them in the real world. I like that. So the Chelsea Cat launch is happening. It's going off without a hitch until, Allison calls in, and it's just like, oh my God. Sabbatical is checking all the doors and the windows, making sure everything is locked down. Chelsea is kind of like, and Cat's like, what you need? What you need? You need me to get you some water? You need me to go run down on her real quick? What you need me to do? I'm going to be here for you. And Chelsea was like, you know what? I'm not even going to let her try to steal my joy and steal my shine. She tried and she ain't steal nothing. Now, the women of Chelsea Cat going to celebrate on the weekend of the launch. Now, when Sabbatical leaves, because she got to go do homework, Kat was like, I thought this would be bigger, bigger celebration, like you with Allison, the family, and me with Tomas. And she was like, I should go find him, right? And Chelsea was like, no, you need to go find Eva. He likes Eva. He thinks of her as a friend. How would you feel if he told you you can hang out with me? And he was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. Granted, Kat has every reason to not trust Eva. She has every reason not to trust Eva. I don't know why people act like, oh, she's this, like, Kat spoiled. We know that. Kat was a miracle child. So there's always that extra spoiling she got from her parents because they didn't think she would. I don't even know if it would like be able to make it or they would be able to have her. So that's that extra thing. But y'all sitting up here once again acting like Kat is just this terrible person because she doesn't see it for Eva. Ultimately, Eva came in a wreck shop on her life and didn't do enough to try to stop her mother from wrecking shop on their entire life. She could say she did, but she didn't because you had ample opportunity to cut your mother off at the knees when it came to the plot and the plan that she was scheming by telling Ted that you were his daughter long before the anniversary party, and she didn't. And just the slew of things that has happened after. And she deliberately went after Tomas because she saw him with Kat. Like, stop playing with me. And her mama gave her the advice to go ahead and hop on the dick because he deserves you and not Kat because Kat doesn't deserve anything. She's a spoiled brat. She doesn't deserve anything. Once again, Wig hates Kat because Kat was the catalyst for Crewneck to break it off for her all those years ago. Okay, anyway, Chelsea told Kat, you need to go over there, have a conversation with her, and make nice. Would you rather have your man looped up with you or see her looped up with your man? Because ultimately, you constantly fighting with her is killing whatever sexy time y'all trying to have and killing y'all relationship. Take this purse, go make nice with her. Now, Kat does know that, Eva has moved because she knows where she get her nails done and the girls over there be talking. So she gonna take the purse over to the apartment. Now, Wig is in the hotel room, and Crewneck then came down there. He didn't know that she had moved into the room and Eva had moved out because Eva didn't text him. She called him and he had missed the call, or he had missed the text to call back. Right? It's a whole big thing. So he was like, I hope you don't think I'm paying for this room. And she was like, child, please, I already swapped out my card. Your ex mother in law made sure I never had to have you pay for anything ever again. And he was like, ain't no ex about it. And she was like, yeah, your wife is pretty adamant on y'all divorcing. And he was like, because of you and you giving her my tie. And she was like, well, you didn't have to be honest with her about it. It could have been a he said she said type of situation. He's like, I'm not gonna lie to my wife. And she was like, oh, after 2 decades of you lying to her to keep your marriage together, you're all of a sudden not gonna lie to her. Oh, you probably really wanted it to end if you decide to tell her the truth. And it's just like, no, Nicole adamantly is like, she done with a lot of people because they've been lying to her. So she's upset about that. She ordered her some caviar and didn't like it. And he was like, I've been eating caviar since I was a child. I'm gonna take this. And he about to walk out the room. She's like, this ain't no drive-through service. Once again, this negates the whole he was with Nicole for money because he's been eating caviar since he was a child. He comes from money. And she wants to sleep with him again. And she's like, listen, foreplay is good, but mama needs to be fed. And he was like, I'm not gonna sleep with you ever again. But when he walked out that room, she's like, that's what you think. I'm wearing you down. Eva proves that she is every bit of her mother's daughter this episode, and she took her mother's advice. She slept with Tomas. Tomas is over there talking about, oh, there's nothing between me and Kat no more. She said, I'm bad in bed, and she hasn't been answering the phone. And it's just like she was preparing for the launch of Chelsea Cat. You know, she's a businesswoman. She can't be at your beck and call at all times. And if you were really serious and you really wanted to with her, you would have popped up on her and said, let's talk about this. But you didn't, because you've always wanted Eva, and you've been playing in Kat's face for the longest. And had Kat not caught y'all, and you was looking like I don't care when she did, you probably would have been back in her bed and go hopping between sisters. Him and Eva have sex. Okay, they do. They're lovers and they're together, and they need to stop pretending they have sex on the couch. He loves him a couch, and he goes to take a shower. Now Eva gives him 5 stars. Kat comes over trying to make peace, and she was like, I'm not saying everything will be good. I'm not saying that we'll be, the best of friends and everything, but eventually we could share things. And out walks Tomas after she tried to make peace with her sister. This is gonna be hell on earth.